Hi everyone, this week we're going to be taking a look at an original Xbox controller. It has of course the problem with the cord like they all do from everyone wrapping them too tightly. So what we're going to do is replace the entire cord. There's finally a new solution so you don't have to cut and splice wires and solder them together. You just solder in a new cord with new connector. First thing we're going to do is tear apart the controller. Luckily it only uses Phillips screws, so nice and easy to take apart. If you notice the screw feels too tight, turn it a little bit past where it is, tightening it a little bit, and then it won't snap off the connector. We're going to take off the outer screws, and then we are going to peel back the sticker to reveal the hidden screw. You can stab through the center, but then you will have a noticeable hole once you're done. Now with all the screws removed, we're going to separate the two halves. You'll see that the vibration motors will stick into one side or the other. You can leave them connected, they won't bother you. And we'll just slide the PCB out of the plastic. Then we're going to go ahead and take off the thumbsticks just to get them out of the way and make sure we don't burn them with the soldering iron. And remove the memory card holder as well. You don't need a PCB holder, but I do find that it's easier to not have to hold this while you're soldering, so I have this one just to hold it in place. Once we have the thumbsticks off, we're going to go ahead and heat up the solder points and get the old connector removed. And what we're going to do here is heat up all the solder pads, get the solder flowing, and then we can wiggle the connector out of its position. And then we'll clean off the solder and put the new connector into its place. I do use a solder sucker to remove the solder from the vias. You can use solder braid. As long as you get the solder out of there, it just makes it easier to push the new connector into place. And you only need to do the bottom 4 holes, as there's not a double ground on the new connector. So the top hole closest to that plastic connector does not have to be emptied. Here's the new connector. We're just going to take that, push it in place from the bottom. Black wire goes closest to the plastic, that's your ground. And then once we have these in place, we're going to hold it with one hand, use the other hand to hold the soldering iron, and then deploy your third hand to add some solder to get this held in place. Once you have one joint held in place, you can go ahead and let go. It will stay properly. You can solder the other 3, make sure all the joints are clean and shiny. I did go ahead and fill the 5th hole. You don't really need to, but I just went ahead and made sure that it was filled in with solder. Then we'll just take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip and get off any remaining flux just to make sure the board's nice and clean. We'll put the thumbsticks back on and we can reassemble and test. once we put the back panel on and back screws, if yours wasn't disgusting, it would be job done. Through the magic of TV, I do have this one all cleaned up and assembled, and this is a testing app that you can get through Rocky 5 Xbox Media Center for gamers. It is on the Downloads app. Very useful tool. You can see how much stick drift, test your vibration motors, and make sure that all the buttons are functioning properly. Here are the two that I've already done, and I do have a cord because as soon as this video is over I am going to be replacing another one, but these two have brand new cords. They're all cleaned up and ready to get sold on with consoles. This is a really nice solution that we finally have to just be able to solder in a new connector instead of cutting and splicing wires and having an ugly mess inside the line. These look just like factory, and they even came with the dongle to plug into the Xbox, which most of the controllers that I buy don't have the dongle, so it's nice that that is included. And there we have it, 2 controllers saved from the landfill. A third will be on the way. I will leave a link to where you can purchase this. It's not sponsored, just a great product that I ended up purchasing. Thank you for watching.